Hello guys, I'm Shira Legal and welcome back to my YouTube channel. For those who are seeing me for the first time, welcome. And I talk about legal issues and daily problems that are facing our society today. And on the last videos I did on police brutality, I did on sexual harassment, which has proven to be rampant in these coronavirus times. And today I'll be talking about how coronavirus pandemic has negatively affected our lives. Of course, it can never be positive because we have lost so much. We have lost lives. We have just lost so much in this period, and it is important that I talk about it and how we can get out of this situation. Today I'll start to talk about how the coronavirus pandemic has adversely affected our economy. They say when it rains it pours, and the coronavirus pandemic has negatively affected the economy, our economy. As far as I'm concerned, most economies of the world. And let's see how it has affected our nation, the economy of our nations today. And we will start with companies laying off employees. The rate at which companies are laying off employees, it's very alarming. It's so alarming because these companies at the same time they have to sustain their companies, they have to sustain their businesses, and at the same time they don't want to lay off these employees. So some companies resort to deducting the pay of the employees. And remember, these employees, they have bills to pay, they need to put a decent meal on the table, they need to move on with their lives, they have families to take care of. And you wonder in these times, where is that source of income coming for them? Many people are suffering. And when people lose jobs at a very high rate, when the unemployment rises up, as you all know, the level of unemployment is high more than ever in the global world. These can resort to people developing some vices like stealing and maybe prostitution, because they have nowhere else to get the money, and at the end of the day they have to eat, they have to put food on the table. And as a third world country, we are so much aware that our economies, our governments have not been able to come out for us to provide for their citizens like other countries are doing. People have to scratch themselves to the bottom. Talking of house bills, if you live in cities, you know that rent is the major consumers of most people's salaries. And we thought that if the coronavirus pandemic started, at least the government could mitigate for the citizens. It could mitigate for us. At least the landlords could reduce the rent at least to a half. But that has not been the case. The government has been silent on this matter. People have to pay full rent. And remember, these are the very same people who have been laid off from their jobs. How do we deal with that? The government has not been fair on that sector. The transportation sector has increased the rates of the fare. How is a common man supposed to survive in these times? Research has even shown that most people have not even been able to pay rent at all. And considering the third world economies, most people go hungry in normal times. And you can imagine how many people out here can't afford to put a decent meal on their table, which is a basic need. Another area that has faced a very huge challenge is the education sector. Children right now have been forced to stay in the confines of their home for the rest of the year. 1 year of unproductivity, 1 year of staying at home, 1 year of nothing as students. This is so alarming because we all know that when students stay or people stay at home for a very long period of time, it can lead to a very many cases like undisciplined cases, children engaging in other immoral activities. As we have seen so far, many people, many teenagers are getting pregnant. Some tertiary colleges and institutions have resolved to online learning and online examinations. I'm not of this idea because it does not incorporate all the students uh, who cannot be able to access internet, or most of them don't even have smartphones. How do you help them? And a school like University of Nairobi, which is a public university, which is it admits people from all over the all walks of lives in our country. Even some come from northeastern, okay, I'm not mentioning names, but some come from extremely hard circumstances where they cannot even afford a mere smartphone. How are these people supposed to catch up with their students? How are they to be on the level ground with their other students? As we know, the Constitution of Kenya, the 2020 Constitution, it provides for the inclusivity, for equality, and leaving other people aside, trying to go forward and administering online classes and online examination leaves these people out of this inclusivity which they are supposed to be in, of which it is injustice to these people. The health sector is one that has had the hardest hit because, as I'm informed, I wanted to do a dental surgery and I was told that the major procedures have been suspended. The major surgery procedures has been suspended. This is depriving of some doctors of their living. This has really deteriorated the health sector, and I've heard in the information that my friend went to a famous hospital and he was told that the beds are full. Apparently, these big hospitals are reserving most of their private wings or even the public wings. They're reserving it for the important people, of which most of the common mwananchi can't access. This is injustice. This is deprivation of the right to health, of which everyone is entitled to, regardless of their financial status. And we have seen that most people are dying because of the hospitals are being flooded with so many patients, and most hospitals are not, that they do not have the capacity to hold so many patients, leading to deaths of very useful members of the society. To name a few, Papa Shirandula was just buried the other day because of this very same case that the hospital was full. Coronavirus has brought with it so many cases of police brutality. As we all know that police brutality has been a trending norm in our country, but in these pandemic times it has greatly increased because these police officers are enforcing orders from above. And I believe that police officers, they do not act on their own power. They are acting with orders from above, and this has to be corrected. The senior police officers who instruct the juniors to enforce these curfews with force, they are not paying respects to humanity. They don't even uphold the basic principles of the Constitution, the rights of natural justice. These are the very same people who you are supposed to protect, and these are the very people you are oppressing. You are depriving them of a decent life. All I can say is that the ship has not sailed yet. It is not all gone. We have time to recover from the coronavirus pandemic, and the question is, how can we recover? How can we get out of this menace that we are already in? And one way, I think, economically, it is clear that a person should not have just one job. We should have more than two jobs. You should have more than two sources of income. In case this is not bringing you income, the other one is bringing you something to put on the table. People need to open up their eyes. And we know the Kenyan economy does not give space for working at two jobs, but you have to try. Even if it's opening your own business, at least it's giving you something at the end of the day, of which we have to take that seriously and resolve to that. And there is a need to aberrate from the norm perceptions that have stick to our minds, that we cannot do a job that is not white collar, we cannot go to the menial jobs, oh, we cannot do some jobs because you're what. And we often forget that those are jobs that are actually sourcing a lot of money in income. You'll go find a mama mboga, and you'll find that this mama mboga is reaping more than 10,000 a day, of which that is a lot chunk in your net monthly salary pay. We should stop being so picky and being so choosy in whatever we have to do. Go sell some clothes, do something that it is out of the normal, the white collar jobs. These are jobs that are not even leading to when will you wait? How many years will you work? How many years of experience will you have to attain to get that salary that you desire? When you're 50 years, when you're just about to retire? We need to be open-minded. We need to open our minds and see opportunity in everything. We cannot cut our noses just to spite our face by overreacting. Oh, the government is not giving us. The government, when will we wait until the government makes things right? Why don't we take it upon ourselves? Let it be our own initiative to make things better for us, because we can never keep on complaining forever. We need to take these matters into actions. Most of all, I just want to encourage and thank Kenyans who have been so intrepid in improving their entrepreneurship skills. As much as there is curfew, people are out in the streets. Fear is not letting them control their lives. They're not letting fear to control their lives. These people have gone and have gone and employed their entrepreneurial skills. People are selling masks, people are selling things in their vehicles, and that's so encouraging, because you have nothing to lose. You have nothing to lose in this world unless you try, until you make ends meet. You can never continue being sorry for yourself just because this pandemic has occurred. This pandemic did come so that we can stop our lives. We can continue living our lives, and most people are even prospering right now on this pandemic. It's just trying to bring out the best in every situation. It's all about encouraging yourself to move forward. It's all about putting your best foot forward. The ship has not sailed yet. I'm encouraging all people out there, just do your best. Do your best in every situation, because hard times are always going to be there. It's how you make these hard times to be a blessing to you that matters. Let's get out of that fear that, oh, if I go out on the streets I might contract this virus. You can never succeed with fear. You have nothing to lose. Just put your best foot forward and encourage yourself. Do all you can, do all the best you can to get out of this menace. It has been Shidra Legal, and I am urging to those, all of you who are watching, just please subscribe. Hit the subscribe button. Just hit that red button. Like, and please comment. If you feel like you have something to add on the video, just please comment down below. And if you found this video helpful to you, share it so widely. And thank you.